guys, we can compete because we can switch everything except for Trey Young. We can go 2 through 5 switching,
Yeah.
but it's just keeping everybody healthy because we don't have that much margin for error. If our top 9 don't play, we really don't have a real shot.
Really? Are you playoff bound right now?
We are because the East so bad.
I haven't really followed it. Just, we are in our little bubble, and I don't really.
Yeah, man, you all are busy from November to March. You on the grind for sure.
Um. Well, I always enjoy being on your show, JR.
Well, same here, man. Grant told me to tell you what's up, man.
Who did?
Grant Leonard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I had him on before you here. He's told me, make sure you tell Dustin I said what's up. I said, I will.
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
Yeah, they're 12-7, man. Year 3 of that transition, man. They're doing a heck of a job. I remember you all got them pretty good non-conference, but they're improving.
Oh yeah, and we had him at home, but yeah, he's doing a good job. I don't think we're going to play him anymore just because he does. They're doing a good job.
A lot of people have been telling him that. You know what? Because I know Mike Jones told me saying this. He said, I said, I know you and Grant close. He said, I'm not playing him ever again. He got a top 100 kid.
Yeah, I saw that. Anybody that I can help you get on your show?
Who's in your tree that you would know? Because I've tried some of the Power 4 guys, and it's been hit or miss.
I'm really close with LSU's coach, Matt McMahon.
Yeah, I used to get back on the show. He's at Murray State, but I can't get him on the show anymore. He's at LSU. You can help with that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at Murray State, I can get him anytime I wanted him. LSU, maybe it's the SID. I've texted him a few times, but he never hit me back. So I don't know. But I've tried because it's funny. Some of the guys when they move up, it's hard to catch them.
If I ever do that, I promise you I'll stay on your show.
Yeah. Yeah, like Dennis Gates, your Cleveland State, anytime I want to have it. Missouri, I can't find it no more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang, that's surprising.
I'm telling you, man, when they get those Power 4 jobs, it's tricky. It really is, and I get it, but some of the guys are good. Some of them, you can't catch them no more.
Trying to think of who else.
I can't get Chris James anymore. I used to get him when he was at New Mexico State.
What about Andrew Wilson at BMI? I was an Atlanta guy. Have you tried him?
Oh yeah, Andrew and I've had him on there every year. He's been a coach up there.
Cool. Yeah, well, if you ever, hey, you know this guy and whatever, I'll try to help you out. But
I appreciate you, yeah, because I remember me and Matt used to have good chats, man, and I'm close to John Morant. He's one of his former players. So, John and I have a good relationship as well. So, yeah, man, it's funny, Dustin, like some of you guys try to get these Power 4 jobs. Can't find them no more.
That's wild. Well, I promise if I ever do something like that, I will be on your show. I will say yes. All right.
I appreciate that. I really do, man. Yeah, you all been good to me, man. You all at both of your spots, man. So I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. You're a good friend, man.
Yes, sir. I'm ready to go whenever you are, man.
Sounds good.
All right, folks, back on the Bossman show, friend of the show. See him on the screen there, Dustin Kerns, Appalachian State. My good friend. How you doing, Dustin? Good to talk to you, man. How's life there in Boone, man?
Life is good, JR, and it's cold, but it's always good to be on the Bossman show.
Yes, sir. Dustin, let me ask you, man, I know you all had the hurricane come through this summer with all the flooding. So how's the community now? How's it doing? How are you all in that recovery process?
Yeah, I would say, and thanks for asking, I would say that we've got a resilient town, a resilient community, and really what appeared to be a kind of maybe a once in a lifetime type natural disaster in this area. I would say that I do think that for the most part, our community has really recovered well by the help of so many people. Our county, though, still has some work to do. When you get in the surrounding county and some of these back roads and some of these bridges that were washed away, and you go out campus 15, 20 minutes where a lot of power lines, a lot of things. So they're still recovering. But we had a lot of help from a lot of people, and we're very appreciative of that.
100%. I wanted to ask you because I was concerned about. I know I texted Mike in Asheville, and he texted me back, and I said, I just was worried about you all because I saw it because it came through Atlanta. We had the rain part of it in the wind, but then it went to you all. Just was dumping, just
Yeah, and I think that there were many places impacted. I think from a Division One standpoint, us and UNC Asheville, like you mentioned, were probably the most impacted from a Division One standpoint. But a lot of small colleges around here, Lee's McRae, and some small colleges around Asheville that are really got a long road ahead.
and you guys have been playing well at home, Dustin. So I can only imagine seeing you guys play at home itself, and too, it's a good diversion for the community to kind of come out and once again come together and rally together around Appalachian State basketball because you're doing very well. Kind of something to get their mind off of the devastation that's around them.
Yeah, and we're appreciative of that. We've been in the last 2 years at home, I think something like 20, 21-2, 22-2. And so part of that is we've really created a home court atmosphere. We've really created, our students have been really good. And so, hopefully we can certainly keep it going. But, we've really sort of really built a home court reputation and atmosphere.
100%. I've watched some games on ESPN Plus, man, and 1,000% you got a home court advantage over there. It's where you guys play at it, man. And so far, Dustin, you're 5-0 winning streak right now. 5-2 in Sun Belt play. What's kind of been key to this win streak that you've been on so far, man? And we're on the road at Old Dominion, and my good friend Preston over there at JMU.
Yeah, I think it started with the non-conference, right? Like we played a really, really intense, competitive non-conference schedule. And if you really look at that, Miami, Ohio is tied for first place. Queens is in first place. William and Mary is tied for first place. Colgate's in first place. Sam Houston's always very good. North Texas is at the top of their league. High Point's in the top of their league. So I just think our non-conference schedule has really prepared us. UNC Wilmington, all right, is Wisconsin. I mean, I just think that our non-conference schedule got us better, and playing those games, especially playing a lot of those away from home, really got us better, and that's what you want. And now I think it's starting to carry over into the conference play, which is we're a really competitive league, right? And we're fortunate to be on a 5-game win streak, but certainly we got to go on the road again here this week.
100%. And also, I would say this to you and ask you this question. College basketball is pretty much a one-year team these days, man. So how key is it that summer period that you have with your guys and come back in for classes in August, try to build that rapport, that chemistry for you to touch the court November the 4th, and so you're not so much trying to do trial and error so much in the non-league play, so you don't show such a bad start, so you kind of have a equilibrium there. So how crucial is that period in the summertime to build that camaraderie, having new guys coming in with this new world we're in college basketball?
Yeah, and I think that you probably hit it right there, the nail on the head, right? Like I think that building that camaraderie is a big deal in the summer, and so every Friday in the summers we do some sort of team activity, and really just try to build that chemistry and camaraderie and alignment, because I do think that in 2025 that a team is a competitive advantage, and when you can get people pushing in one agenda, you can get people aligned, you can get people that really like each other. So if they really like each other, then they're willing to defend for each other. They're willing to share the ball for each other. And I think that becomes a competitive advantage. And I think that does those days in the summer do add up with those things.
No doubt, because I remember when you and I was it was October 15th was a magical day. I kind of do miss Midnight Madness to a degree, but this way you actually can know what you have more so than you did back in the day.
And it just starts earlier and earlier. It really, really starts back in June. And as a coach, you've got to be really selective with, what you do, because obviously it's the summertime and you don't want to overdo and overcoach and wear out their bodies, and you got to pace them, but also you really got to spend as much time as you spend with player development, as much time you spend with, installing some things, you've got to spend on team chemistry and camaraderie.
100%, man. And Dustin, how helpful was it at Christmas break to kind of rest some of your guys who were nicked up and reset them and refocus them for this Sun Belt run? Because I know when you play these intensive games, man, guys can kind of get tired of you. You get tired of them a little bit. And that little break you get there, Christmas kind of helps you kind of refocus, reset, and also kind of do some self scouting as well.
Well, I think every coach has a different perspective on that Christmas break, right? Some coaches, hey, I don't want a long break. I don't want to have 5 or 6 days off. I'm the opposite. So first of all, I've got two little kids. My staff's got kids, and I want all of us to have time with those our families at Christmas, right? Because there are our families and their kids are only little ones, and so we had about 6 days off, and that's by design. I think it's kind of like the NBA All-Star break. At some point,
Looking forward to it.
everybody's kind of got to go, recharge and just reset and have a break. And I think the Christmas time to do that. So I've always taken that philosophy. We're going to, like, we played on December the 20th. We did not return until the 27th. And our guys were excited to come back. I know some coaches' philosophy is the opposite. They want a 2 day break. They don't want a break. They don't want their players to go home. And I'm the opposite, right? And so I think that break really helped us. We're 5-6 since that break, but I thought it kind of allowed us to everybody to recharge. And it's a long season, and it's really the one time you got a chance to really you know self scout, reassess, but also most importantly, our coaching staff spend time with their kids, and our players get to spend time with their parents and families at home. I just think that it's therapeutic.
100%. And I hate I'm gonna miss you because doing all you come to Atlanta doing the All-Star break. I'll be in the islands with me and my partner. I'll be in the islands. Soon I gave on February 12th ends. We're heading to the Caribbean. We're out.
Where is the NBA All Star Weekend this year?
It's gonna be in San Francisco, Golden State. It's the 13th through the 16th.
Oh wow, okay.
So yeah, you and Georgia State on the 15th, and I so we're gonna be already in the islands, sipping on pina coladas. I hate I'm
Hey,
gonna miss
that'll
you,
be
man.
therapeutic. That'll be therapeutic.
Oh, 100%. You ready for that last part of the push, man. Also, Dustin, man, like you said, man, I think it's good to kind of because the game is tough enough, man. You kind of get mental break. And I know, for our guys with the Hawks, today, some of the guys looking for the All Star break, getting out, getting away for a little few days. Like you said, it's very like we have families with this grind around. Like I don't see my partner, but only when we're home. You don't probably see your kids unless it's after late at night after practice. So you need that time with your family. And family's everything, especially with things happening in our world today. Family means so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we're all human, and I think that it's a long season. And college basketball has gotten longer and longer and longer, going back to June and then July and then August and September. And really when you start your scrimmages and things like that in October, and we're all trying to play until late March or April, I mean, that's 6 months of games. And so it's therapeutic, it's healthy physically and mentally to have a really long break. Once again, if you look at our schedule every year, we have a considerable break there around Christmas, and that is by design. That this is a chance for everybody to recharge, everybody to spend time with their families, because once again, we're trying to play long term. And I do think when you get into late February, I do think you can start seeing in your opponents, the ones that have been grinding and since the summer and did not have a break, mentally they're ready for a break, and they're not peaking then. And I feel like that we're always trying to play our best basketball at the end of the season.
100%. And I know you're proud of these two young men, CJ and Miles, averaging double figures for you, setting up your offense there. Talk about the importance of those two young men, what they've meant to your team this year, man.
Well, first of all, they're first class people, come from first class families, just high character people, right? And I think you win with character. And Miles Tate and C.J. Huntley have been guys that done well in the classroom. Um, but they're great leaders. They're great teammates. They have been, and not only that, I mean, they're really good players, and they're hard work. Both of them are everyday guys. Both of them come to practice every day. They don't have a day off, in the sense of they don't take a day off, right? They take a day off from practice. I'm just saying, like today when we practice, they were going as hard as everybody else. So Sunday, obviously, we took off. But yesterday in the gym, they're in the gym on their own, but they're in there, and every rep is a game rep. And today, every rep's a game rep, and so that's contagious within your team. And so they certainly have that leadership, but both guys are really in their last year having their best year.
100%, and you got to shoot very well from three, over 37% from three-point range, and about how important it is to shoot well from three, not having that good space in it that you want to be able to call defense, have to decide how they're going to close out to you, how they're going to defend the ball screens, they want to defend certain action a certain way because you got to shoot so well from downtown.
Well, I think that's sometimes this shooting can be kind of an equalizer. And, certainly think that we've got some guys that have been able to make some shots. And I think most importantly, they've created shots for each other. And sometimes when you have a guy that can make shots, just them standing on the floor helps your spacing because of the capability. And then, certainly even with a big guy that, makes a couple now, just that becomes a really, serious threat on an opposing scouting report. So I think most importantly, the threes that we're getting are the right threes, and they're playing to our players' strengths. But certainly, we've been shooting the ball well, and hopefully that continues.
Hey, you're doing a good job, man. I know you probably want them a little lower, but valuing the ball, limiting turnovers. How important is that ball? How important it is to value that thing and not turn it over. Those are the live ball ones, but make sure you be valuing the ball, making the right play, reading before the kids, having a point five mentality, and not getting too stagnant with the ball.
Well, we always have a saying like you got the program in your hands. The whole program, all right, is in your hands. And so let's make simple decisions. Let's make simple reads. We try to simplify things for our players. And let's hit a bunch of singles and doubles. I wasn't a baseball player, but we don't have to step up and try to hit a home run every single time. All right. So let's just kind of hit singles and doubles and get on base and make the simple plays. But certainly when you've got the program in your hands, we certainly want our guys making the best decision for the team.
100%, man. Well, Dust, I'll tell you what, buddy. It's good to talk to you on the show. Good to see you at Lake Point like it was in summer again. I was good to see you out there, man. And I hate I'm going to miss you when you enjoy the state, but in spirit, I'll be there cheering for you, man.
Well, JR, it's always great to be on the Bossman Show. Appreciate you having me on, and appreciate your friendship. Thanks for what you do for growing the game of basketball.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you as well, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man.